Yeah, flip your notebook page over to volleyball. You guys I'm getting to see the full effect, you multitasking media here. Happy to get the win today. I don't think we saw the best Florida International team that they could have put out there. I thought they were pretty mistake prone today, made it kind of a choppy match to be a part of, but I thought we did what we needed to do to sustain. Got off a little bit of a rough start there in the third set, but kind of steadied out, was able to play a lot of people, which is always good this late in the year, and find a way to get a win. So with that, I'll take questions.
Hey, Coach. Jared with the Daily News. We talked a little bit the other day about trying to, play a more complete match. And I know you just said it was a little bit choppy with some of the things that went on, but how do you feel like you did with that goal today?
Still not crazy about where we were offensively. I don't really judge it by a number. I judge it by, the way we train and are they going through the process that we go through in training and making right decisions. And, errors come down to two things. You're either not trained well enough or you're making poor decisions. And right now we're in a phase where offensively we're making, too many poor decisions that are giving away points. A mistake in basketball, you turn the ball over in basketball, they still got to go down and score. A mistake in our sport, and it's an automatic point for the team across the net, and that's pretty punitive. And, I thought we were really good in the first set with regards to that, but you can just kind of monitor those hitting errors. We had 2 hitting errors in the first set, and then we, more than doubled that in the second set with 5, and we had 5 and 4 in the last 2 sets. And again, it's one thing if Florida International is jumping up and blocking a ball and making a play. It's another thing if we're making poor decisions, and offensively, I think we're making still too many poor decisions. But on the flip of it, I thought we served the ball very, very well today. That obviously controlled the match. Hallie Shelton had 6 aces, and again, we always talk about controlling the tempo of a match, and I think you do it with that first touch, and we did today from the service line.
Hey, Coach, this is Cassie from the Herald. So since the beginning of this conference play season, we've been seeing these 2 match series, and the team has won every single one of these so far. So how does the team kind of keep this mentality, this dominating mentality, after it's proven that you're a more dominating team after this first match? So how do you go into these second matches with that same attitude?
Well, I think it'd be a good question for you to ask our players, but I think our players would tell you that it's because they play for a coach who's not dictated by the scoreboard. They play for a coach who's about the process and about doing things the right way, and we let the rest of that stuff take care of itself. And when you're as talented as we are, you can have confidence in the fact that if we do the things we're capable of doing them and do them the right way, then the end result's going to turn out good for us most nights. And that's something, our players may feel like I'm kind of on them a little bit right now. We're winning a lot of matches, and I'm pretty grumpy after some of these games. And but it's about keeping them understanding why we're winning games and not letting those things slip.
Hey, Coach, this is Hunter Smith with WKU. You talked about still not quite there offensively, but how did you feel defensively overall today?
Pretty good day. Blocked some balls. It's good to see Katie Eisenbarger block several balls today. That's a kid that works so hard at it every day, and you want those kind of kids to have positive results, and she did. And again, we set the tone from a defensive standpoint from the service line, controlled a lot of points, and then did the job defensively. I thought we handled the ball. This win today, the domination of this win today was about our ball control players. It was about the way they served the ball on the end line, and then it was about the way they serve received when the other team was serving. I thought we controlled the ball really well. I thought we dug the ball with a lot of control, and they absolutely did what they needed to do for us to be successful.
Hey, Coach. Jared with the Daily News here. You mentioned the serving. We've talked a lot about Hallie Shelton, Ashley Hood, and Paige Briggs trying to, bring along that jump serve. Logan Kael, she was at the service line when you guys pulled away early in the second set. How have you seen her kind of develop in that area?
Well, it was a change we made, I guess 3 weeks ago now, 2-3 weeks ago now, where Logan, we changed what she was doing technique-wise. She's, you see certain kids back there that jump sort of a jump floater where they're jumping in the air and hitting that thing. And then, you see some kids that stand on the ground and serve it. And, from watching film, I really felt like Logan was really inconsistent for a stretch. And when you put a kid in the air, it gives more ways to be inconsistent, if you will. And so I wanted to get her on the ground and just kind of stabilize her and try to be a little bit more under control. And that's been really, really good for our team in the last 3 weeks. She served the ball and we've scored points when she's on the service line, which is critical in the libero position.
Hey, Coach, this is Cassidy again from the Herald. So we saw 13 service errors committed from FIU at the end of this match in the third set. So is there anything that goes into like you talking to the players? Is there anything that sort of kind of like changes when you see like these higher sets like that?
No, it's just a matter of maintaining your focus. It's sometimes, as strange as it sounds, when a team is giving points to you, it can really sometimes get you out of a rhythm because volleyball is a rhythm sport. And when there's a lot of mistakes being made on the other side, it kind of just breaks up the rhythm of the match. A lot of stoppages, a lot of whistles blown right in the middle of plays, a lot of dead time during the game. And it can really affect the flow of a match. And it makes it very difficult for volleyball players to stay sharp in those moments. And, that's something that we had to fight a little bit today at the beginning of that third set. But I thought we kind of balanced out a little bit as we moved into the latter half of that third set. So it's a tough challenge, but it's one you're glad to be in because it means you're ahead in the match.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. We've got Hallie, Shelton, and Logan Kael, and we'll be back in a minute with them. Go ahead with questions for her when you're ready.
Hey, Hallie, this is Jared with the Daily News. Coach talked a lot about you guys and serving today. How big do you think that was in the result that, played out?
Yeah, in the scouting report and before playing them, we just talked a lot about how serving is going to control this whole match. If we're just blowing bubbles over the net, then they're going to be able to stay in system a lot, and they would have given us a lot more trouble with that. So I think we completely controlled the game from the service line today.
Hey, Hallie, this is Cassidy from the Herald. So I asked Coach the same question, but how do you guys keep this like attitude up after you completely sweep a team in the first match of the series? Like what kind of goes towards this attitude, like this positive attitude you guys keep, and like what helps you guys continue this dominating streak?
Yeah, something we talk about a lot in our gym, and Travis always repeats, is that we can't get complacent with winning. And it is hard to come back after you sweep a team like this and to stay as sharp as you did today. But I feel like I say this every time I get asked that question, but it all really just is a deciding factor what we do on our side of the net. We just have to stay sharp in all phases of the game and mentally, like you said, and we should be just fine.
Hey, Hallie, this is Jared with the Daily News. Another service question. I asked him about Logan Kael. She was at the service line when you guys pulled ahead early in the second set, and he talked about how she's kind of developed the last few weeks and what she's doing. I guess as her teammate watching her, how have you seen her change at the service line?
Yeah, I think she's improved so much. I mean, I just see her every single day in practice, like whether it's in a serving drill or before practice, I just see her constantly working on it with all of us. So I think the steps that she's taken in practice has really carried over to her game, and I think it's showing. So she's really improved.
Hey, Hallie, this is Cassidy again. So at the end of this match in the third set, we saw 13 service errors from FIU. So, that's about half of the points given to you guys from service errors. Is there anything in your playing or your team's playing that like changes when you see a team as like higher as that?
Not really. I think the only thing is just to stay focused and to know where we are on the court. We talk a lot about that when we know a team is kind of tends to make errors. We need to know where we are in the court so that we know what's in and out, and just to stay focused on that. And once again, just focus on us on our side. So yeah, that's really the only thing that happens when a team makes errors like that.
Hey, Hallie, this is Hunter Smith with WKU. Coach said still not quite there and playing the complete game offensively. So what do you think you guys need to work on to try and have that complete game tomorrow?
Honestly, I think I heard him say that defense did well today. So we just need to do what we're doing and put the ball in the easiest positions for Nadia to set up our hitters in the best spots. But really, it's just a decision. I think tomorrow, if our hitters come out just making the right decisions and swinging when it's there and taking care of it when it's not, we'll just be fine. So it really just depends if we keep it up defensively and they just make the right decisions tomorrow.
Anything else for Hallie? All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Hallie.
Back in one moment with Logan. All right, and last but not least, we have Logan Kael here. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hey, Logan, this is Jared with the Daily News. Coach talked a lot about serving today and how important it was in the result. How do you feel like you did in that area as a team and you personally?
Personally, I think I did pretty well. There's always room to grow and stuff. Like I guess with Hallie, she had 6 aces. So, I mean, we got to have every server on the service line, including myself, getting up on those aces and stuff like that. So definitely room to grow and room to get better tomorrow. But I mean, I think overall, I think we did well trying to get them out of position and out of system on their side. So.
Hey, Logan, this is Cassie from the Herald. So I asked Hallie the same question, but how do you keep this positive mentality after you dominate a team in a 3-0 sweep like that? How do you make sure that you don't submit to the team tomorrow, since we've seen multiple 2-match series this season?
Yeah, I think for sure it's a process thing. Like if we are committed to the process and committed to what Travis is telling us to do, and we're really locked in as a team and our mentality is sharp, and I think all of us will be fine. And I mean, it is a testament to how well we've been doing to come out each game and prepare the same way and come out on top every single time. So yeah, I just think it's about process and focusing on that each game.
Logan, Jared again. Jumping back to the serve, Travis said, about 3 weeks ago, you started working on some different things with the mechanics and all that. I guess, what's that process been like for you?
It's been, I mean, obviously very exciting for me because I was struggling a little bit with my jump float, and I now am way more stabilized and way more controlled, and I can really pick out who I want to serve and serve spaces on the court. So I'm overall really pleased with myself and how I can help the team in any way I can. So.
Hey, Logan, this is Cassidy again. So in that third set, more than half of your guys' points were actually due to FIU's errors. So is there anything that goes into, is there any changes that you guys make when you see a higher set like that?
No, I think we treat each game the exact same. Obviously, teams are different and stuff like that, but I think treating each game with the same mentality is really important, and I don't think errors or anything like that changes our mentality or changes the way we approach a game. So